listened to his whispered words as they spilled out a secret that had sabotaged his work. "Dad said I would never amount to anything," he said. I knew deep within him lurked the twisted belief of unworthiness implanted long ago. Shame is real for so many of us today. The traumas of the past have left a scar of conviction that whispers unworthy, unlovable, you're broken. Efforts to silence the whisper may bring dysfunctional turns toward perfectionism, addiction, or conflicts with others. Dr. Brené Brown writes, "Shame is the fear of disconnection. It's the fear that something we've done or failed to do, an ideal that we've not lived up to, or a goal that we've not accomplished makes us unworthy of connection." The voice within us says, "I'm unlovable. I don't belong." Hey friends, I'm Larry Payne, the host of Tracks for the Journey, a network dedicated to your well-being. All of us know what it feels like to be ashamed of something we've done. It's a normal human experience. But sometimes it can get out of hand, sinking deep within us and affecting the way we live. Let's explore the shame of a person who might surprise you, Jesus Christ. It may be a surprise to learn that early Christians imagined Jesus Christ experienced the depths of public shame. The New Testament book of Hebrews places the experience at the horrific end of his life when it says Jesus endured the cross, scorning its shame. We can imagine that Jesus struggled with emotions of failure, unworthiness, and defeat as he hung naked on that cross near the road. Condemned as a criminal, he heard the ridicule of those who passed by and may have asked of himself, "Am I worthless? Is all I have done nothing?" I don't think it was the first time Jesus may have struggled with his worth in that broken and oppressed society. He faced this when his family didn't understand him. He may have felt it when his cousin was brutally murdered by a horrific ruler. He wondered what was wrong with himself when his disciples abandoned and betrayed him. And the ultimate shame was on that cross, an execution as a heretic to his faith and a clear sign of abandonment by God. The crowds considered his life worthless and wasted, a common criminal that needed to die. Jesus faced the shame, and Psalm 22 is reported to have been on his lips, which says, my God, why have you forsaken me?" That is the cry of shame and abandonment as worthless. Shame is emotionally painful because we value our standing in the community. Our self-image is profoundly influenced by what we think others are thinking of us. A child feels shame when his mother rebukes him fighting with a sibling. A teenager feels profound embarrassment when his slight physique is labeled as wimpy. These experiences can become internalized, leading to self-criticism, social withdrawal, or debasing conduct. Shame is indeed a toxic experience. What can we do to cope with these feelings of shame? The writer of Hebrews believed Jesus found a source to resist the outcome that shame could produce. He wrote that Jesus, quote, "scorned the shame," end quote. To me, this indicates that Jesus erected a mental boundary, a line of defense between the degradations from the crowd around the execution site, a bleak hill named Golgotha. Jesus had begun to recite that Psalm 22 that talked of estrangement from God, but he must have held fast to the words that continued in that psalm, which said, God has not despised or scorned the suffering of the afflicted one, but has listened to his cry for help. Those words from that same psalm that Jesus recited on the cross, even there with his final breaths, he claimed the love of Abba God that bestowed ultimate worth to endure the shame and to complete the mission of redemption. He ended his terrible crucifixion with the final words, "Into your hands I commit my spirit," as a final prayer of worthiness. The writer of Hebrews has revealed something that we can use in our struggle against shame. In that same way as Jesus did, when we accept the grace, love, and presence of God, the whispers of shame can be quieted. The freedom of acceptance for who we are, with no condemnation, with humility, and with compassion, lays a foundation for resilience. We can erect a boundary that says, I will not internalize the embarrassment that I feel as something that is deep and profound within me. In fact, the Scriptures have a greater message of worth when the Apostle Paul writes, "We are God's masterpiece." With this profound understanding, we can push back against the voices within us and without us that threaten our self-image and worth. This is not an easy process. Abusers, bullies, supervisors, social media trolls, and others don't hesitate to bring the message of unworthiness. Yet our strength can overcome those falsehoods to claim the true identity with God. Unashamed, we can, like Jesus, reject the lies, scorning the outward voices and whispers within our own mind, to face the world with value and dignity. We are indeed